Hi guys, welcome to my crochet bralette slash crop top tutorial. Right here I'm just showing you how to measure. This is at least how I did it. Currently I'm doing around my waist and I'm breathing in so my lungs expand, just so you know it's not like super tight and I can't breathe in it. And my measurement was about 33 inches. And then here I'm measuring from about the top of my breast to the middle of the back of my neck. And I have about 11 to 12 inches there. And we're actually going to double that measurement when we go to do the necktie. And then here I'm just measuring right in between the middle of my breasts. Here's the materials that you'll need. I have 2 breast cups that I made using my last YouTube video, which I'll put the link in the description for that. You'll need a measuring tool of some sort, stitch markers. Today I'm using a 4.0 millimeter hook, scissors, a needle for sewing in the ends and whatever. And then I'm using Red Heart Super Saver. It's medium weight or number 4, and the color is called Buff. Okay, so here I'm doing my slip knot, and we're just going to chain. I don't even know the number necessarily that I did of chains, but just make sure that it equals your waist measurement. Okay, so here I'm just trying to show you my placement of the breast cups. Basically, I just try laying out my chains and making it, to where it's like even on both sides. And I'm measuring in between just to make sure I don't spread the breast cups too far apart and then there's too much, side boob showing or something. So I'm just using my measurements basically and just laying them out. And just double checking my measurements just to make sure, like I said, that everything's lining up where I want it to be and everything. And then I'm just using my little stitch markers and I'm just clipping. It doesn't have to be exact 100%, just, right where I think my breast cups will be laid out once I start actually crocheting the stitch. So. Okay, so from here, I'm chaining 3 more, and then we're going to double crochet into the 4th chain from the hook, and chain 1. Then we're going to skip the next stitch and double crochet into the stitch after that. And chain 1. You're just going to continue doing this, the double crochet, chain 1, skip, double crochet, chain 1, all the way up until you get right about where you're going to connect your breast cup. Alright, so here is where I'm going to go ahead and connect the breast cup. Basically, we are going to continue doing exactly what we were doing before we connected the breast cup, but instead of the chain 1, we are going to slip stitch into the breast cup to connect it as the chain 1. And then you'll just continue double crocheting. So here I'm slip stitching. And then I'm going to go ahead and double crochet. We're still skipping one chain and everything. So I skipped going into that hole, double crochet, and then I'm also skipping on the breast cup, skipping holes I mean. So there's a slip stitch, and then we're going to double crochet again. You're going to do this all the way across the breast cup. Alright, so here I'm showing you how I'm finishing connecting the first breast cup. So in that last hole, once you do the double crochet, you will go ahead and chain one since you're not slip stitching into anything. So just for this little middle section in between the breasts, you are going to go back to the normal way. So you'll double crochet, chain one, skip, double crochet, chain one. And then once you get onto the left side where you're supposed to connect the other breast cup, you will do the slip stitch method how I showed you before. So for some reason I completely forgot to film it, but after I did one row like that and connected the breast cups, I turned it around and I started to do rows of single crochets. This is where you can determine if you want a bralette or a crop top. It just depends on how many rows of the single crochets that you do. But here I am finished with the single crochets, and I'm going to go back into another row of the double crochets and skipping. Alright, so y'all know what to do. We're going to chain 3, we're going to turn our work, and we're just going to continue on just like we did in the first row, and we're going to do double crochets, chain 1, skip a stitch, double crochet into the next stitch, chain 1, continue this all the way across. Okay, so here's me finishing up the last couple of stitches and just tying a little knot at the end there. And here I decided that I wasn't going to do the little crisscross little back tie like I had done for some of my other ones. This one I ended up just wanting to sew the two pieces together so it'll just be, you know, one single piece. I just pull it over my head, and then once the ties are done, it ties around your neck. So here I'm just showing you guys basically if you were to do the crisscross ties, this is kind of how you would pull them through. Basically just like a shoelace. I'm sure most people know how to tie their shoes and everything and lace them, but just in case, I just wanted to show people how I would kind of do it and how it kind of gives that little crisscross effect. But yeah, I am just going to sew my two pieces together so it's just one singular piece and it doesn't separate in the back. Also, just so everybody knows, I'm not much of a sewer. This is about the extent of my sewing. I did sew a pair of shorts recently that turned out kind of cute. But anyways, that's besides the point. So I have no idea what you call this type of sewing technique. But basically, I'm just going from the bottom to the top and pulling it through both sides at the same exact time. And then I'm just tugging on it a little bit. I've used this technique, this sewing technique before, and I know there's a name for it, and I cannot think of it off the top of my head. So I'm sorry. But yep, I just left this clip in here so you guys could see how I did it. So now we're going to go ahead and make the chains for us to tie up around our neck. So here I'm just using stitch markers and I'm just marking the middle. You don't have to do this. I know where the middle is. I just kind of wanted to show you guys so you could see where my middle was. For these chains that you'll use to tie around your neck, we'll use our measurement that we took from the top of our breast to the middle of our neck. And you're going to double that just so you have extra slack so you can tie a cute bow in the back. So I think my measurement was about 11 inches maybe, so I doubled it to about 22. And then I'm just going to connect those at the front, and then you'll be able to bring those around your neck and tie. So here I'm just showing you once again how I sew these onto the top. And basically once these are sewn in, my top's going to be ready to go. The back's already sewed, so I'll just pull it over top of my head like I said, and then I can tie it around my neck and I'll have a cute little top. Here I'm just doing a little quick speed because y'all seen the same thing multiple times, but also my fingers were really cramping up, so I got a little slow. But here is the finished product. I hope you guys really like it, and I hope the video is very helpful. Please leave me any feedback. Thank you guys so much. Leave me a like. Bye.